What's going on, guys? Welcome to Badwolf Unincorporated. I appreciate you. And if this is your first time here, hit that bell, like, and subscribe because you are the newest member of the tribe. And if you want the truth, you'll find it here. It won't be denied. Let's get into it. So, in this particular video, we're talking about the Strawman versus the National. Okay? If this is your first time here, you really need to go and go to my main YouTube channel and click on courses and start watching the 1.0 Getting Started as a National course. It's 9 videos. You're going to need to watch that before you're here. This is for the more advanced individual. All right. So one of the thing that keeps popping up when I do consultations on this stuff is that a lot of people don't know when to fight as the straw man or the reluctant surety or the beneficiary of the straw man, its controller, put it that way, or as a living national themselves, a living being, state citizen. Why is that? When people start to hear that they have these rights and freedoms and a private side, they tend to think, okay, well, if I get into trouble or I have a credit card debt or police have surrounded my house or whatever, and these are coming from real stories and things that I've had to do consults on, a lot of people suddenly think that, well, I'll just zap on that national stuff and I'll get out of it. Well, the moment you think that, you've already lost. And the police are going to laugh at you, even though most of them don't know this information either. But they've been instructed enough to feel, mind you, almost none of them have ever been presented with any types of law against it, but feel that there's nothing there. See, the police and their legal department, the legal department knows what's going on. Legal department has not included any of this, nearly, very minimal, of it into the police database, programs, PDFs. It's not in their best interest. So they don't know. So when they hear things like common law, constitutional law, whatever, they're like, look, all I know is this is what the state says we have to do when you do stuff like this. And there's a large amount of truth to that. The judges also go, oh, look at little stupid over here. So close, but you don't know how to play the game. Well, I've already won because this person doesn't even know what's going on. Well, let's get going. And then your life is ruined, or at least your day. So, how does one know first of all, for those people who don't know, what is the difference between what they call as the straw man? The straw man is a business, okay? The straw man is a business entity. It's a legal entity, that which was created by the legal system by either you, your parents, or the state, or the combination thereof. It's also known as a juridical person. It's also known as a nom de guerre, your war name, the straw man, that which has the form of a man, but no brain or anything to operate and do things on its own. So it is on the state level and lower, not the government, unless you proclaim yourself to be the straw man by checking off U.S. citizen and putting your name on there, then you've told them that's what you are. But generally, 99% on the state level and lower, and for you police officers watching right now, and I know you guys do, and I know some of you guys are my friends out there, so I appreciate you guys. When you look down on what should be your left side and look at your name tag, your nameplate, it's in all capitalized letters. Open up do me a favor. Go to the state of whatever you're living in, their Secretary of State website, and open up a business. You're going to find that when they create that business, it's in all capitalized letters. Anything in all capitalized letters represents, meaning it's a dead thing. If you're living, you're present. If you're present, your name should be in all lowercase lettering. If you're using something to represent you, meaning to rewrap up and present, then you're an actor. And that actor has an actor's name. Something that's operating on behalf of you, but that's not actually you. This is one of the reasons why police officers generally have immunity, because the living officer is allowing himself to be represented by his all capitalized name. That is a business. That business is a sub-franchise of the police station. And this goes for postal workers and judges and attorneys or what, all that. It's all business. They're all doing business. Now, the government itself is a little bit different. We know this because of the GPL style manual, rules on capitalization. Some of y'all ain't read that. No, it's also because some of y'all are not big nerds, and well, I am. There it is. Not just a nerd, so keep that in mind. So, the state, municipality, police station, or hospital, or state of, gave all of us a legal person to use within their public system. This does not mean a police officer or any of them have jurisdiction over you. Because you leave the house, and that's technically considered the public, everybody can use the public. But as a private citizen, which we all are, unless we tell them we're a U.S. citizen or a citizen, you're then waiving your rights. If you commit a crime or do damage or infringe on someone else's rights, you have waived your rights. You now are inferior. That's why the cops ask you, do you understand? Do you stand under my authority? This is why I've told people, stop saying status change. It's a standing. You as a living person have a standing. Where do you stand? And if you tell the officer you understand them, you stand underneath them. Now, this doesn't mean you can say, hey, Mr. Officer O'Malley, I don't understand you. You can't do nothing to me. It's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. If you've done something criminal, or you're interfering with public safety, or taking away someone else's rights, you definitely in that moment, because he has authority then and only then to overstand you, no matter who and what you are. But a lot of them get it wrong. That's why they get sued, or the police station gets sued. Your straw man is a business. It's a piece of paper. It's your name in all capitalized letters. That together is your business, and it represents you. Now, who is the real you? The real you is this, the person you can touch. To present yourself, your name should always be in all lowercase lettering. That's called capitis minimus. It's in Black's Law Dictionary. It means no loss of name or rights. Also in Black's Law Dictionary is what's known as capitis dimutio maxima, meaning your name in all capitalized letters is a reduction in full loss of your rights and your family name. You are now operating as if you were that entity, that name, that nom de gore. Your business is essentially a vessel or a trust, a shield of armor. It's not really you, but they named your armor you. But by law, to differentiate the two, they have to raise the lettering of it. Now, the government doesn't do this, but the states do. The government basically told the states, look, if you're guys going to be doing stuff like this, you have to show a difference in the jurisdiction. What's going on? That you created something like a business, a legal person. Nike is a legal person. Well, if I put James C. Lovett on Nike, I'd be a billionaire. But that building and those shoes are not James Lovett, are they? Not the living person. They're James Lovett, the actor, doing business on behalf of me with a shared name. And if I start saying, well, I'm Mr. James Lovett, the shoe company, that's then alter ego. I believe I'm the fucking business. So when a police officer's like, yeah, my name is Lebowski, he's actually not even saying that's really him. He's saying I'm an actor who's acting on behalf of this business, and I represent Police Substation 5. And we get our power delegated. We've been given the ability to do these things by the state of. But also within that same geographical area, let's say Florida, and we're talking about state of Florida right now. There's a difference going on there of other power that has its own laws, and that is Florida state. But also there, in that same geographical area, operates common laws, private laws, trust laws, family laws, constitutional laws. But the difference is, whichever one you're dealing with in the moment, that's the law that you must abide by. The highest law there, depending on your faith and who you are and how you feel, is God's law. Then natural law, religious law, constitutional law, then state law, and state law. There's the organic laws for the Florida state, generally common law, and then there's the statutory laws from the corporation known as state of Florida. This is why this can be all confusing. It took me years to figure out all this shit. When drafting one's name, there's all uppercase, there's upper and lowercase, and then there's all lowercase. All lowercase is your free given name. Upper and lower is a mix, which still brings you into the all uppercase. You're a little bit of both. Well, if you're a little bit of both, if you put clean cake in there and then you put cake with some dog shit in there and you squish it all up, is it a good cake? Mostly not. Anything in all capitalized letters represents a dead thing, a slave, or property. That's how they do it. With the government, their all caps name represents a dead thing, and they are the property of the American people. But they're not operating under a loss of rights and freedoms. That's a different type of capitalization rules that belong to the U.C.C. And the U.C.C. controls the states, governs. It's like their operating system. Don't believe me? Cool. So glad you said that. You're going to want to go and look up UCC 1-201, look for conspicuous format and definitions of what they have in their book. And it tells you all capitalized letters represents commercial activity, contract, law, things of that nature, commercial, corporation. The book says Uniform Commercial Code, UCC. Don't believe me? Google it. Does the states operate under the UCC? Yes. Every state operates with the UCC. That's the state ofs. Other than like Louisiana. They're like the only ones who are like, yeah, screw that. No, we don't play that. Now that you know the dead side commercial statutory, the living side, once again, let's get back over there. The living side is the organic you. The real living you, not piece of paper, not your name on the paper, not even identity. Did you know that even your ID is not you? That's a representation of you. It's for those people who agree within their jurisdiction or membership. If I use this to say it's me, is this good enough? Yes. You know, by law, that's not actually good enough because it's not you. This card, even though it has looks like you, your picture on it, or a facsimile, is not the real thing. It's not the real you. You can talk. You're alive. You have organic rights, not this thing. This is a privilege. So, the organic you, the moment you were born, even though there's some fraud already going on at the hospital. You watch those videos to learn that. The moment your baby butt hit the air, you were a state citizen, an offspring, not anything else. You were born in California, you're a Californian. You moved to Florida, you also then became a Floridian. That's being a state citizen. You're organic, you're private, you're tax exempt, you're a Native American, not a black, not a white, not an Asian, not a whatever. If you were born here in the private, you have a whole capacity as a private citizen with party to the Constitution and protected by it. But the moment you say, nope, I want to be regarded as a U.S. citizen, check, then you're pulled over into the dead world. You're given you're using your name in all caps. You're putting on the Strawman mask, and that's who they will regard you as a member with a dead man's face over yours. Your twin brother, the placenta, your twin brother that died in the womb. You are your brother's keeper. See, they believe in symbology and all this other stuff. That's where this comes from. It's all about rules of being on the water. That's why there's maritime admiralty jurisdiction. That's what they call it. It's interwoven into what they do. We living people over on this side, under the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, and God's law, natural law, common law, that operates on what's known as terra firma. Terra firma. Terra, ground, firma, meaning firmament or firm, solid. Those are laws for the land. They created a subdivision that hovers over the land called maritime admiralty. Living, organic, de jure, the real. De facto, void of facts. Dead, debt, statute-based. Statutes and codes are their laws. For the U.S. citizen, 14th Amendment. Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, God, common law, private law. Over here, the living is always dominant over the dead world. You have both. 8 U.S.C. 1401. Born as a national and citizen at birth. But Wolf, how do we know that those are actually two separate things? I'm glad you asked. 8 FAM 301.1-1, letter B. In the United States, citizenship versus nationality. In other countries, they are the same thing. But in the United States, they are differentiated. I know. I informed the Department of State where they made their mistake in that code, and they fixed it. They could actually add some more codes on there, but we'll leave it alone for now. It's good enough. And thank you, Department of State, because I know you guys watch my videos too. So that's why I don't understand how some of these trolls out there. I mean, I get it. I get it. You got to have some friendly opposition to, even the truth, of course, But it's just so funny, like, I keep winning in court, and then one guy in the comments was like, this guy was arrested. Yeah, I was arrested like 3 or 4 times. I'm not afraid to tell anybody that. I showed that in my VIP group. When you don't have it completely right, you will get arrested. Then I got it right and made them drop those cases. I paid one out, the other ones I made them drop. You're not hurting me by telling the truth I already know. You think you're going to take my viewers away because I was arrested? You know how many people have arrest records way worse than mine? I've got like 30 some odd plus cases. I have a whole page. You have to go to 2 pages to look up. I've been doing this since I was 19. What, you think you're going to escape with clean hands, dealing with dirty dogs and demons? These courts and whatever else, especially on the lower end, the Nisi Prius courts? Come on, man. Get out of here. I remember my first beer. Oh no, you're in my comment section bringing up my past. I've put my past out there for everybody to know. You want your feelings hurt? Go over to my Badwolf Unrestricted. I talk about all everything I've done. There's no part of my life that I need to hide. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. And I, for damn sure, would never have used my real name. Like, I don't even know the name of some of these people out there on their YouTube channels. What, you know, I'm not, don't, not today, Satan. Not today. Nope, not gonna say it. Almost got me. I find it amazing some of y'all are listening to people and they've got these YouTube channels, but you don't know their real name. Let's throw that out there. Let's shed a little light on it. Why are you on YouTube listening to people and you don't even know their real names? Because they might want to talk about me, but like in the original Batman movie, I've taken off my mask. Can you take off yours? I'm in the light. People know my name. What's the name of some of these so-called gurus out there? Because you know what a name is? That's them showing that they're an actor. I may call myself the Bad Wolf, and a lot of you guys have been very gracious to acknowledge that, but y'all know my real name, James Lovett. All day, baby. What's your name? Put your real name out there. Scared? Hmm. So now that you know you're a living being, and that is a separate thing compared to your name in all capitalized letters over here. When you use your upper and lower case, you're in the middle, but it leans this way because it's not pure, it's dirty. That's why they want you to sign your name in upper and lower case. You're merging the worlds. Most of them are not smart enough to know that you're voiding the contract. Technically, I won't say completely voiding. It's not a good word to say. By putting your name in all lowercase, you're separating yourself. You're not voiding the contract. You're just separating that you're doing this as a living man. Now, if their legal departments were wise, they would say, yeah, we don't like that, but we'll accept it. It just means that a living, real person, because upper and lower, you're kind of saying that you're the surety for it or the beneficiary, but it's kind of gray. It's quasi, but it'll hold up in court all day. Any mark you make on a contract, even an X, which is how it started for people who couldn't read or write, is legal and valid. Any place that tells you, oh, you can't put colon James, colon Charles of the house of, that's not your legal name. Now, if they say you can only use your legal name to have this contract, then they would be correct. Because colon James, colon Charles, blah, 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 would not be my legal name. It's my given name. And if you want to embark on a devil's mission, then you need to use a devil's name. Like in the streets when we all had like nicknames and stuff like that. What's your nickname? If you're gonna do business, what's your nickname? You gotta have a name if you're gonna hang out with us. And that is represented by the all capitalized version of your given name. That's what that is. And we already proved this by me doing a FOIA request on the Social Security Administration application my mom did back in the 80s, 70s, late 80s, something like that, early 80s, something like that. Because it said on there, given name, and then it said legal name. So they're not the same thing. And we learned that by reading the Palms manual where it says they transmute the given name into a legal name. Now that you know the differences, when should you fight as either one? Let's start over here. If you have a rights violation, which generally is going to be adjudicated in the federal district courts or Supreme Court, you don't even have to tell them. They already know you're a national. They only expect you to be a national unless you put a business name on there. They already know it. If you're doing right to travel and you've done everything right, fight as a national, state citizen. If you are informing them, I'm practicing tax avoidance as a living man, not the legal person. Living national rights. I'm drafting them a letter, letting them know this is who I am and what I'm doing. Living name, colon James, or James C. Lovett, comma, beneficiary. James, full middle name, Lovett, and then all rights reserved. Otherwise, if I want a benefit, privilege, license, James Lovett. First and last name. Sometimes, and if you put it on there, they're not going to deny you, but the middle initial. But generally, your legal name is just your first and last name in all caps. But when you sign thing, signature, upper and lower, first name, upper and lower, last name. Credit card debt, U.S. citizen. Car accident, state plates, all that good jazz, U.S. citizen. Controller of the all caps name. Let's say you're like one of my students, and the girl took her shirt off at the beach. We beat the primary charge, still working on the secondary one because they take forever. National, constitutional rights, private rights. Probate, trust, will, U.S. citizen side. You're walking down the street. Cop comes bothering you for no general reason. We just need to know who's all in the area. I'm going to tell you guys this. Almost every story that I give you, they're really not just stories. Either it happened to me or it happened to viewers or my students. That's where this comes from. And this actually did happen to me. We just need to know who's in the area. We got to report that people have been breaking into apartments and houses over here and stealing furniture. And at the time, I was 15. I said, Mr. Officer, please tell me how I've been breaking into apartments and homes, stealing furniture when I'm on the bus stop and I'm not sitting on a couch or a love seat and I'm not holding anything at all. Well, we've got somebody matching your description. Well, you just went from saying somebody matching my description, but stealing couches and things of that nature, and now you need my name. But we'll leave that alone. I was harassed for a moment and then went on my way. They did run my name because, of course, they want to put your name in the system. We had a police contact. I don't need you reporting that you had a police contact with me. I didn't do anything wrong. And if I fit the description, okay, show me that in the computer. Because unfortunately, as a black dude, a lot of us, light skin, bald head, basically, a little bit of a beard. That's like 98% of us. The only difference is most of them are going to say hairstyle or he was dark black. General build around 175 to maybe 200 pounds. Sorry, we're not like white people where our hair grows a different color and they say, oh, blonde haired black guy. At least now we can dye it and stuff like that. So there's that. How, in that moment, when a cop is addressing you, generally he's supposed to have RAS, reasonable, reasonable assumption of or suspicion, all right, or reasonable articulate suspicion that you have committed a crime. He can talk to you. It's not like he's forbidden, but he has to be very careful. Now, well, against the average person, not so much. They have a lot of gray area because the average person doesn't know their rights. With me, you would have to be very, very careful in what he says and what he does, how he postures, and what I ask him. That's just me. But in general, what you do in that moment in time, and depending on what he's either accusing you of, whether you actually did it or not, and people seeing you, but in general, depending on what you have on you, if you present your passport, you're leaning over here that you're a private citizen. If you give them a driver's license or a state ID, you're leaning over here that you're a U.S. citizen. And just by having a passport doesn't make you a national. It has nationality implied with it. We can prove this right here and now. Well, that's my new one. I'll show you my old one in case anybody wants to stop the video and get numbers. None of these work anymore. Um, we know this because if you open the passport book to the first page, over here, there's a section where it says either you are a U.S. citizen or national. So we know that this is real. Well, if you're going to ask me why I have the holes in it, it's because the Department of State, when it's old or turned in and canceled, they put holes in it to cancel out the passport. So like I said, I can show you all the numbers in here. None of them are good. Now, if you've committed a crime or they think you have, they have the right to try to identify you. But they need to be really sure that you are that person. I mean, almost 100%. They have to have more probability that you are that person than not. Do you have to comply if they ask you for your name and whatever else? Actually, depending on your state, some will say yes, some will say no. Ultimately, if you're operating as a national, no. Because they have no way of tying it to you. But is it generally a good idea to just yeah, give them your name, especially if you haven't done anything? Kind of yes. If it's a crime and they're pretty damn sure, because they give them a lot of gray area. Well, then yes, you have to give them your name. If it's not a crime and they're just kind of, yeah, we think you might have done this, but it's not a crime, no, you don't have to comply with that. See, the burden of proof is on you, or is on them as the cop, not on you. And if they can't form RAS and have probable cause to be like such that it is, bro, I've seen you run out of that house and come over here, then yeah, you better comply. So there are times to fight as a state citizen, national, non-resident. Those all mean basically the same thing. Over here, they unified all of the ongoings to be one title, U.S. citizen. See, that's why the private side is considered savage, wild, not organized. So you'll hear police refer to people sometimes, very few times, me they do because they know who I am, as a private citizen or an embassy leader or a private government leader, foreign national, non-resident, state citizen. Very few times, if ever, though, national of the United States, because they don't know any of that. That's all out in the public, constitutional, private law, common law, savage, wild, untamed. Too confusing. But within their chipped away civil cities to be made property of the city, to colonize, to make every column the same way. That's what they're doing with you individuals from the given private side. Resident over here is they're chipping away some of your rights and freedoms, making you a member of theirs, giving you an all capitalized name, slave, employee, property, business of the United States. And then they give you just one easy title, citizen. Sometimes even U.S. citizen. But then go and look up the 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, because that's what that is. All they did is they trimmed the name. 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. They got rid of the 14th. Don't worry about that. You're amongst us. Pish posh. Don't worry about that 14th, whatever this guy's talking about. Don't look into it. Don't read it. Don't look it up for yourself. Don't do that. No. Just you listen to me, Mike. That's what all their managers and their bosses tell them. Because there's a board member, there's a board of members who ultimately run your city, your county, the police station. There's a high board member. There's a whole council up there. They don't want the police officers being taught this. They would be making armies of bad wolves. Why would they want to do that? Doesn't make them money. Now, I have to admit, as much as I really hate to say this, I really don't want to say this. I really don't. I gotta be honest, though. Gotta be honest. Hold on, I gotta have my moment. Yes, I'm being dramatic. I do have to agree. I do have to agree with them. THEM, totally hidden evil motherfuckers. If everybody knew how to, and this is what a federal agent said to me a long time ago, I have to agree to a small bit. The agent told me, look, Mr. Lovett, this was in private, okay? If everybody knew what you know, there would be chaos, and we must keep the system stable. You are smart as an individual, but people are stupid, essentially, is what he said. Mind you, I don't even share all the stuff I know. Can't. Not everybody's ready for that, and you have to earn it. These videos are pieces for you guys to learn if you want to learn. And that is I'm putting you guys on the path for treasure, but you have to walk the path. If you're smart enough to get it, then you will. If not, it was never meant to be yours. That's how the cookie crumbles. Smart people go farther than people who are not smart. So, not that I'm one of them, but I do agree that you cannot just give a pew pew to a gorilla or to an ape. Can't. You have to earn the right. And even the pew pew is a benefit. Why? Because they manufactured those pieces and put it together and gave it the tolerance and made sure that everything looks right. And if they trust you enough, which is why they do a background check on you, then they hand you the pew pew. You see what I'm saying? So there's levels to knowledge. So you must know who you are and what jurisdictions are operating all around you or which ones you're plugging into, and then how to operate from the private citizen side or fighting as a U.S. citizen. This is what they don't want law enforcement and federal agents and regular people and then postal people and whatever else out there. They don't want you to know. It's easier for you just to read the book, read the book, and then regurgitate what I put in the book and told you is right versus you being over here thinking for yourself, reading and questioning the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution. So, are they worried about me? Not really. They like to keep an eye on me. They know that I'm not going to do anything crazy because I'm a non belligerent, non combatant. I'm not an enemy here. I'm just balancing the books. They also know a majority of people are not going to even do any of this stuff. They're not going to, there's some who will. But do you know how long it would take mathematically for, say, even 30%? Hell, I'll go 15% of the United States of America and its Americans to know this information, to want this information, and to operate with it successfully. My kids might see it. But if you want it, read the books, ask the questions. But I challenge you, go read the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution before believing anybody. Don't just believe somebody like James C. Lovett, somebody who doesn't hide his face, hide his name, hide his past. Vet everybody's information before doing anything, good people. Even mine. I am good, but I am not infallible. I am not perfect. And that's what being a man is all about, or a whoa man. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Take care out there. Get your knowledge. Stay safe out there in everything you guys do. Stay in light, at least as much as possible. But you should also know the darkness, because that is part of the game and it is part of the balance. I'll talk to you guys later.